All right, everybody, back with another episode, the Crypto Conversation series with Bryce and Pizza Mind. Pete, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Looking dapper. I love the
you.
paisley.
Appreciate it. Always feels good to be here.
Feels good to look good.
In person.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like I'm going to work and not just sitting around the house in my PJs like I've been doing for like the last 3 years. So we're going to be talking about our favorite indicators to use for trading and how we kind of design our setups in a very simple way. What's the easiest way for you to spot a buying opportunity and a selling opportunity? That's
a great question. So I look at a couple things. So I think the easiest indicator to kind of follow, because it's color coordinated, is the Elder Impulse system. So you guys should look up the Elder Impulse system. I like to use it on like a daily or a weekly time frame. And it's a trend following momentum trading strategy. So it has an exponential moving average that it calculates and a MACD, which is a bounded oscillator for momentum. So the EMA for trend, if it's above the EMA, right? And I think they use a stock 13 period EMA. You could change it around to make it slower by doing a 20 period. You could make it slower than that with a 50 period. You could make it faster with a 10 period. You could kind of move it, but the stock is about a 13 period exponential moving average. And so if it's above that and it has positive momentum, you're going to get a green. You're going to get a buy signal. Now, if one of those conflicts is bearish and one of them is bullish, if one of those indicators is bearish and bullish, it'll give you a blue signal. So it's like kind of a consolidation, no trade zone. Now, if both of those indicators, both trend and momentum that you've designated, are bearish, then it'll give you a red signal. And so the Elder Impulse system, designed by this guy, Professor Alexander Elder, he's wrote a couple books, Day Trading for a Living, and I think that is a really good system for beginners to say, okay, I understand prices are moving by trends and momentum, and this is a system that's tried and true. I would give it a look for sure. What do you like to use?
That was one of the things that I started off with when I was first learning to trade, and it really is a great system. I've kind of strayed away a little bit from it, not entirely, but I'm kind of looking just at moving averages right now. And I'm kind of focused on a daily chart, watching the 200 and the 50-day moving averages.
Keeping it simple.
Very, very simple. And I'm looking for a dislocation in price to value.
Okay.
As someone who focuses a lot on fundamental value, I'm looking for things that the market is steeply discounted for one reason or another. Maybe people just aren't paying attention to it yet. So when things are way, way, way under their major moving averages, which act like black holes for price, whether it's bringing it down or bringing it up, price gravitates to these major moving averages.
Very, very smart.
So I'm looking for things that I don't have to have a complicated thesis to decide whether I want to buy. If it's under this big moving average, I know it's going to eventually get sucked back up here. And in the contrary, when it's way, way, way above,
it's going to get attracted back down.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's called mean reversion.
Yes.
That's right, mean reversion, or reverting back to the average.
Yeah. So as someone who doesn't have a whole lot of complicated trading experience, I just keep it simple and I follow this falling and raising pattern.
I like that. Yeah, and using moving averages as support and resistance is key. My other favorite indicator is volume. And it's not volume over time. It's actually volume by price. And so it's volume profile of the visible range on TradingView is the name of the indicator, VPVR. And so you get to see how many shares or how many tokens traded at any given price. Okay, and so it's not the volume that you see on the bottom of your screen, it's the volume you see on the side of your screen. And it shows you really strong volume support and resistance levels. So in the same way that price is attracted to the 200-day moving average or the 50-day moving averages are these really key attractors of price. So you could say if it's over, I'm going to short it. If it's under, that kind of thing. But volume, it's always attracted to those areas of high volume. So I think that paired with the Elder Impulse system are going to be two of your best indicators to at least start your journey to learn how TA works.
And if you're wondering, the main question we really get asked is, where do I put my bid? Where do I put my bid to buy or sell? And I would say, find where price previously was before.
Yeah.
Where are the previous lows that held up? Where are the previous lows above it that acted as support that are now going to be resistance? And just try and trade in a channel. Don't worry about huge breakouts or breakdowns. When markets are sideways, they're the most predictable and it's the easiest to trade.
Yeah, and I would also say like you generally want to be like buying if something's consolidating and it's forming like a wedge or a pennant or a triangle, you see all those patterns and stuff. It just shows that the price range is narrowing, right? So when the price range is narrowing, that means volatility is contracting, and periods of low volatility beget periods of high volatility. So contractions lead to breakouts. So most people really get excited during that breakout because price is moving quickly, or the breakdown, price is falling quickly, and volatility and emotion get really high. And so you want to be setting up your plan to trade during the contraction, not after the expansion, okay? After the expansion is when, the markup or the markdown is actually in process, and the person who accumulated during that consolidation is able to then sell at a higher price. So the person who was shorting in that accumulation is then able to buy back at lower prices. They close their shorts, making money. And so it's like you want to make sure that you're really paying attention to where those consolidations are occurring, and that you want to plan during that consolidation, not feeling like you need to buy and FOMO after it breaks out of the consolidation. Yeah. So that's another thing that I want people to.
And what's your famous quote that you're always telling people about?
I got so many quotes, man.
Plan your trade, trade your plan.
That's a good one.
Yeah.